Vega, I am going to talk about Battlefront 2 as long as I can without mentioning the loot boxes. Shit. I mentioned the loot boxes.
That's it. The whole thing's derailed. That's all they're gonna think about now. The whole time you talk about the reasons this game... Wait, you said this game was bad.
Yeah. You wanna know something? You've heard enough about the microtransactions and the loot boxes. I'm gonna tell you about the rest of the game. Wouldn't that be exciting to hear about what the game has?
If there was anything in the game.
Okay. So, I've gotten really popular over the last couple of days because I made a review. Oh. And the review had a very low score.
Really?
You can check it out on the website. I won't say it yet, but let me just start off with all the good stuff. This is a great looking Star Wars game. And the way it's cross-generation for all the movies, you know, you have levels from the prequel trilogy, you have levels from the original trilogy, you have levels from the new trilogy, and everything in between. And this is the best they've ever looked. Like, you know, you're on Naboo. Naboo. Is it Naboo or... I don't care. But... Oh man, it looks amazing. Like... It almost makes you forget how terrible the prequel trilogy is because it looks so good.
Huh.
But then the game part happens, and this is where things fall apart a bit. So I'm not sure DICE knows how to make single-player games because this single-player campaign was absolutely 100% a bunch of multiplayer levels with bots, and you're just like adding plot to a couple of sections. It was atrocious.
I mean, and I think DICE does a pretty good job with single player stuff. The last couple Battlefields have been good.
Yeah. Mirror's Edge is good. I guess they don't know how to make a good Star Wars game. Because, like...
Star Wars is a bad product.
Again,
that's why.
It was about... It was all over the place, and they tried to... If you're a fan of Star Wars, you'll love it. But... if you're not die hard, you're gonna notice all the problems. Like, you get to play as all the heroes during the campaign.
Oh, you mean like Nintendo fans?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
You get to play as all your favorite heroes, except they don't sound like how they're supposed to sound at all. They didn't even try to find the best sound-alike they could. I am 90% sure they just took the guys who did the voice for the pinball games and said, yeah, that'll do. The Star Wars pinball games. I know a lot about these Star Wars pinball games. I have all of them. I love my pinball. This is not a very little known fact. I love my pinball games. Star Wars pinball, they used all the voice actors. I'm getting off track. The main character is Iden Versio, which is one of the most Star Wars names in the world.
It's a great name. I thought it was a man.
Yeah.
Well, Iden doesn't strike me as a woman's name. But
you want to know something? The way she looks, and the way her armor is, and everything like that, I'm like, is that Commander Shepard? Because, like, she looks like one of the default female Commander Shepard models. I'm not kidding. From
Mass Effect 3 or from like Mass Effect 1 or 2?
Just from Mass Effect in general.
Just
she
not Mass Effect
genuinely
Andromeda.
like Commander Shepard.
It can't be Andromeda then.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay.
And he and or she are not in that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep.
Someone's clearly played all the Mass Effect games. But dude, it's crazy. Like halfway through this, I felt like I was playing a Mass Effect game. It's like, where are all the assets in Andromeda? Oh, they're in this Battlefield game.
They're in this Battlefield game.
all of the good Mass Effect, all of the good Mass Effect graphics went into Battlefront instead. I swear there were assets.
Space.
I swear there were assets from oh my god, I keep loving it. I swear there are assets from Battlefront 2 that were stolen right out of Mass Effect and just dropped in there. There were a couple levels that felt super Mass Effect-y. But I don't know, it's still... Mass Effect was still a better game though this year. Because, yeah, this was a 2 out of 10.
It was a 2, that's right.
And Andromeda was a 4. Because the plot was just so unbelievably stupid, and I'm not going to spoil it here in the video. If you want to read about how stupid the entire plot of this game is, go read my review. It's absolutely a garbage fire. It looks like it was given as much thought as the loot crate system. I went full circle, shit. Alright, but let's talk about the other things too. So, the audio. I'm just sick of John Williams music. It's dead. Like, John Williams had his time. His time is past. We are in the era of Hans Zimmer.
Facts.
I know
Major
Hans
fact.
Zimmer is now really overexposed at this point. He's doing the soundtrack to everything. That's because he's really talented. He's done several different soundtracks and they sound different. John Williams is John Williams, and I don't know if John Williams did this, probably not. But whoever did, and I'm going to fact check this later, hashtag only the facts, whoever was trying to sound like John Williams did a perfect John Williams impersonation. Good. It's boring. It's really boring. It's Star Wars music if Star Wars music was made by a robot. If you fed the entire Star Wars catalog to a robot and said, hey, make another soundtrack, this is what would be made.
Wow.
And then it sounds like Battlefield when you're out there. Besides the pew 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 from all the laser guns are boring. There's nothing really setting them apart. And you just hear people occasionally shouting back and forth with people I don't think are actually around. I don't know where these voices are coming from. They're like, I'm getting hit or something like that. I'm like, there's no one around here. Where's that coming from?
The voices in your head.
They try to make the multiplayer experiences sound like they're more engaged. That's what they do with the Battlefield games because they make them feel big. And it's good that it makes it feel big. It's bad that every single match I played was laggy beyond belief.
Oh no, so you got into the multiplayer?
Yeah.
And you like, that wasn't good either?
No. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, we know about all the ruination from microtransactions, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there were clearly some people in the game who had an advantage over you because they had better star cards, but the way the star cards were lined up, even if this wasn't a microtransaction system, this was a progression system, it was still bad, because it's confusing as shit. Like, you have to lay out a deck of cards for each class, and then different ones change different things your class do, and if you don't like doing that, that's tough shit. Like, in the campaign, right bumper was not an ability. It was you whip out this shotgun all of a sudden. And it's just like this weird, I don't know what kind of shotgun it's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be a special shotgun, but I hated it. But right bumper, to me, in every other game is grenade. Yeah. And no, too bad. If you're used to that grenade button, that's just too bad. Because whatever the right bumper skill is going to be is what we've decided to make it. And the star cards, when you select them, will change that. Sometimes it'll change what's equipped in your right hand. Sometimes it'll change what's equipped when you press both buttons. And it's like, it's just all over the place, because if you have one thing equipped, it'll change your like center button, double button click, but then if you have another star card equipped, it might unequip two things. It's all over the place.
Oh lord.
And then yes, the crates have upgrades to your normal abilities. So yeah, that is in fact pay to win. It's plain and simple. When you have something that upgrades your ability and you can pay for it to get it, there's no other way of putting it. But besides that, I had false hopes because I started playing, and you notice my first couple of matches weren't bad at all. As it went on, a week later, it just got bad. Everyone who had clearly gotten all their shit from the beta, I assume they got to keep their shit because you have these people with tons of loot killing you, and I've got my one thing. And it forced me to play against Type 2, and that's the other thing that sucks. So, when you play a multiplayer game, there's a way you want to play it, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you do?
Play fast and reckless because I don't care and I just want to kill things.
Alright, so I don't care about aiming. I just need to shoot more bullets. So, I'm an SMG kind of dude. I like to get up close, punch. I like the SMG. I like to shoot from the hip a lot. I'm not really good with the mid-range, but this game won't let me do that. The starting weapons for the characters are garbage. And you have to get so many kills with these garbage guns before you get the good guns. And there's also only one SMG in the whole game. And I have to kill 200 people with the shitty starting weapon if I want it. So guess what I didn't get? I didn't get that SMG. Because I couldn't kill 200 people with the shitty starter weapon that I didn't want to play with. So I said, alright, I'm going to play as another kind of type. Let's see what I can do. Oh, I can do support class. I can be an officer. You walk in and you get to buff people around you. That's cool. I also have a pistol that shoots 1 round per second probably, and it's like pinching people pretty much. And I have to kill several 200 people again, I think, to get a better gun than that.
That's ridiculous.
You're just stuck with these shitty weapons, and if there's the progression just is an absolute slog. Not worth my time. I just every single bit of this game said, I just want to play Titanfall instead.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have to play it. I think Star Wars is a dumb series anyway. Come at me.
Come at him. I think Star Wars is great.
Which is your favorite Star Wars game?
Oh, my favorite Star Wars game? Alright. So I gotta bring this up, though, because here's the thing. The plot was really bad in this new game. And we go back into the old catalogs and say, hey, was there a good game that, showed what it was like to be the bad guys? Yes, there was.
There was. I think I know which game you're talking about.
The TIE Fighter?
No.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say The Force Unleashed. Is that a real game?
No.
Make that one up.
Oh, yeah, actually it is
No,
a real
it is.
game.
That's the right one, yeah. Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2. That was fantastic.
Had
story
great
writing.
nuance, right? Did you feel justified in your actions in The Force Unleashed? I never played The Force Unleashed shit.
Really?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Dude, you gotta go back and play The Force Unleashed. We're not even gonna continue this conversation. You're gonna go back, you're gonna play The Force Unleashed, we're gonna ask the people listening what their favorite Star Wars game is. They're gonna write it in the comment section, and we'll reconvene in the morning.
Alright. No, let's speed around this. Did you feel justified as a character fighting for the Imperials in The Force Unleashed?
Dude, The Force Unleashed plot was fantastic. It was like a Devil
You felt
May Cry
justified,
game with
right? You
Star
felt
Wars
justified
skins.
being the bad guy, air quotes,
100%.
they don't in the Battlefront 2. It's oops, we were the bad guys all along. Who darn. in
I felt
30
amazing
minutes.
being the bad
Now,
guy.
I'm going all the way back to TIE Fighter, the game for Windows, and I was you go around and you go killing pirates and bandits and smugglers, and you're basically the Galactic Space Police, more so than you ever fought the Rebellion in that game, or at least that's as far as I got, because it's a really, really hard game. The original TIE Fighter is crazy hard. But I was also a kid, so I soaked all that in. And then that felt justified. And that was some game for Windows in the 90s that is better than this 2017 game that cost how many $1 billion? Million, billion, who knows?
Billions easily because they had to clear licensing and stuff, so that already.
Yeah, Disney's mad. Disney's very mad.
Disney should be mad. This game sounds awful.
Tell us your favorite Star Wars game in the comments. I'm gonna go get thrown into the couch and play this copy of The Force Unleashed, which has now just appeared before me. I'll let you know how it is if I can beat it. But tell us what your favorite is, and may the Force be with you.
Force Unleashed is backwards compatible on Xbox.
Really?
Just saying.
Actually, I think I have it for free now.
Just saying. Definitely need to play that.
May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you. I'm Jet.
There you go.
See you guys.